Hello, one and all. This is Alan speaking for
The breaking point.
The Breaking Point. My co-host Simon has a terrible, terrible situation, a possible virus on his computer, and therefore I'll have to do this review on my own. But that's okay.
Compromise.
He's very emotionally compromised, and as most of us, if anything is wrong with our computer, it's wrong with us. With that said, today I'm going to be talking about Sherlock Holmes. Uh, I'd want to go see it with a girlfriend, which is why I did not see it with Simon, which is quite regrettable because he would have had a better eye for some of the things that we saw than the girlfriend would have. Not saying anything bad about her, but she's not as much of a moviegoer as the rest of us. Anyway, so Sherlock Holmes is more of a adventure, adventure thriller, a bit of a comedy as well. So this is not the traditional Sherlock Holmes that we all would associate ourselves with in terms of knowing. Yes, it's not, doesn't speak with the British accent really. Doesn't say that really complicated, college educated stuff that you would really expect. You know, complicated metaphors and similes and all that stuff. Yeah. But, and he doesn't wear the hat. But he does have the pipe, which is what we know Sherlock Holmes to have, is a pipe. The main villain in this particular movie is Lord Blackwood. Are you okay with that? Yeah. So Lord Blackwood basically is they believe him to be a sorcerer of some kind, and basically they sentence him to death. He does die, but then he somehow escapes from his crypt, which is very mysterious. So the whole movie fools around with, is Lord Blackwood actually a sorcerer? Does he actually have paranormal powers? And they show you that Sherlock Holmes is very skeptical throughout the whole movie, and everything comes to light at the end. I do not want this to be one of those spoiler reviews, so I'm not going to tell you the end, but all is explained. Highlights of this particular movie is that due to how smart Sherlock Holmes is, he pretty much predicts how everything turns out. So if you watch a fight scene, in his imagination, I guess, he explains what he's doing, like how he'd punch someone in the throat, how he's planning on taking someone down, how long it'll take for them to
I
recover,
have a question.
and all that stuff. Yes. What's your
So-
question?
This is as a person who didn't see Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Is it true like he is like the coolest martial artist ever? Like he knows literally how to like kill you with one hit.
Yes.
So there's literally a way to kill a person in one hit.
Yes, but he's not actually trying to kill people.
But,
He's out to
but Sherlock Holmes knows how to kill you. Like he can hit you one time and kill you.
Yes.
And does he ever say where that is?
No, he doesn't. Because his goal is only to incapacitate whomever he's fighting.
Okay.
People do die in the movie, but he's not trying to kill people intentionally.
All right. So that's all I had to say. That I'm gonna be back on the Mac trying to figure out how to fucking fix my piece of shit PC.
Well, if you had a Mac, you wouldn't have this problem. Oh! Oh, jeez. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see. Watson's also in it, his faithful sidekick, but it's a very capable Watson. And when you see it, you'll see that he's very much able to hold his own. So it's not like he falls to pieces without Sherlock Holmes there, which is, actually quite welcoming when you watch it and refreshing, because a lot of times you might see a hero with his sidekick, and the sidekick can't really do anything without the hero being there. But that's not the case with Watson. He's a doctor who's also pretty much kind of like a street brawler also. He's able to hold his own in a fight, and he likes to use guns. Which a lot of times when you watch these movies, you kind of feel that the hero is not willing to kill the bad guy, or he holds back. But if you watch Watson, he is always willing to shoot someone in the face. And sometimes that's necessary to end the fight quickly. Don't need to waste time beating the person up. If you're going to shoot him, let's do it. It is a comedy as well. There are several scenes which are comical, like when he gets chained to the bed and he's nude. The key to release him is basically underneath a pillow, like you would see in the trailer. And basically he's trying to tell the chambermaid basically that in order to be freed, he wants her to take the key and unlock him. But the way it sounds, it's really perverted. Like the key to his release is underneath the pillow, which implies some type of sexual scenario, which he later on in the movie explains that's not what he meant, but everyone's like, yeah, we can understand how that worked out that way, blah, blah. Anyway, my problem with any movie that usually depicts London in terms of con is that London is so gray and depressing. It's like, it's not even a place where you want to go. It's just so dark and dingy. But, yeah, it's always raining. No, not so much in this movie, not so much rain, but it's just always dark. But, I guess that's appropriate, I guess. And also, one of my things was not to spoil the movie, but there's a scene where there's an explosion. Watson's caught up in this explosion. But usually when you see a huge explosion scene and someone gets engulfed in flames, they die. Or if they do survive, they have severe third-degree burns to their body. Perhaps even parts of their body is incinerated, deformed. And Watson gets caught up in this explosion. And he's not only does he survive, he's only has like an injured arm, which I thought was kind of the movie was pretty realistic up to that point for me. But I guess that's okay. It is an adventure film, kind of like a Indiana Jones or like an Iron Man. So it doesn't have to be too realistic, but for me that kind of ruined it for me a little bit. But I'm particular about those kind of details. Overall, I give the movie a 9 out of 10. It has action, there's martial arts, incredibly smart main character. There is a love interest, which you just have to watch it to understand how that goes. But overall, I give it a 9 out of 10. Just like when I saw No Country for Old Men, Iron Man, it's just a movie that keeps your interest the entire movie. And when your popcorn runs out, you feel that if you got up and left, you'd miss something really important. So yeah, that pretty much covers it. This is Alan for the Breaking Point. Thank you and good night.